Well, first things first, having missed obviously last week's game with the COVID situation, how are you feeling? Was it a bad one for you?
No, I was surprised. Obviously, we're doing the lateral flows on a daily basis, and obviously just popped up on that. So luckily, we'd been off from the Tuesday. Obviously, we're off on the Wednesday, and then I'd done a PCR. I was waiting for the results of that for quite a period of time because obviously it's really busy. So I didn't get that till late on Sunday. And then 2 obviously negative lateral flows, and then you're back in the building. So yeah, nothing other than it felt like a very, very mild cold. So yeah, obviously it's affecting everybody else in different ways. Fortunately for me, I'm young, fit and healthy, depending who you ask, but I think by government standards, I'd be considered strangely young, fit and healthy. So yeah, absolutely fine. Not even the flu, just a mild cold. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's something that clubs, around the country are having to get used to. It's got to be pretty frustrating, though, knowing that you're relatively fit and yet having to watch your team play from 100 miles or so away.
Well, I couldn't even watch them play because the internet connection went down. So I actually listened to it on BBC Radio Bristol.
Best place for it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a bit dry, the commentary, I thought, though. Do you not agree? Do you not think?
Oh, I was doing the City match, so it wasn't me. So you can be as rumored as you want about my boss.
I'm only joking. No, it got me through the game because, as I say, the lads, the analyst guys at the stadium were in a bit of a black spot. So it was difficult. It was, especially when you're feeling okay. But obviously, the risk isn't to me; it's to people who are vulnerable. So you obviously have to follow the guidelines on that, and back into work this week, and back after it against Hartlepool.
Yeah, and I would imagine, every match you play, you want to win, you want your team to win, but a lot of positives to take out of a situation where you're playing a higher division team and with a squad that hasn't played a competitive match for a month.
Yeah, but again, we didn't win, so disappointing. Exit from the cup. Plenty of things in the ether for excuses if we want them, but the reality of it is we weren't probably going to win the FA Cup. It's a tough competition for a 4th tier side to win. I think performances against Oxford and obviously Sutton, we certainly used the FA Cup to get some confidence from. In terms of revenue, pulling Peterborough away and getting 4,000, we'd have probably been better with a home tie. We'd have got a bigger crowd in than them. So yeah, it was a bit of a disappointing draw. You're playing a 3rd round cup tie. It would have been nice to get a money maker and put some much needed cash into the club's coffers. But we now focus on what is the most important thing for us, which is the league.
Absolutely. So let's do some team news. Obviously, a long time since you last played in the league. Who's getting close, or who's available for selection this weekend that has been out either through COVID or through injury?
I don't think we've got long enough to go through that list, but certainly when you come back to training yesterday, it was like I come back to a different club, such as the the amount of bodies that have returned. Alfie Kilgore, Connor Taylor, Cian Harry's obviously back from suspension, Bianci Giacola, back joining in with the group, Josh Grant, obviously Ryan Loft, who we've signed, Leon Clark's back on the grass. So yeah, I mean, night and day compared to the last month. We've just been, for one reason or another, different people affected at different stages. We've just been decimated. As I say, I've had to join in training a few times myself, and members of staff have had to join in. So it's been really, really tough. But yesterday was the first day we could actually get 11 v 11. So it was really nice. It just seemed like we had just a lot of men back in the building, real size, real presence about us. So really excited about getting back on the grass tomorrow in front of our fans, and set us up lovely for an exciting second half of the season.
Well, that's it, isn't it? Now you're in a situation where you've actually got some real selection issues in terms of who you pick rather than trying to fill out a bench.
Yeah, it's selection issues. The team picks itself, because if the team starts winning, then it's kind of self-evident, and we've got more than 11 good players here. We're going to go Saturday, Tuesday, quite a bit due to the congestion of the schedule from the last few games being postponed. And as I say, really excited about it. Really looking forward to hitting that period and testing our mettle, see what we've got in our group.
Because looking at the table, and it is still pretty congested, but if you want to make that move that you want to towards the top 7 and beyond that, you can't be waiting too much longer now, can you?
We're just trying to get better. That's the key for us, and getting better leads to winning games. Winning games leads to climbing a table. Climbing a table leads to us getting where we want to get to. So for us, it's about getting better. It's about improving our team, making sure that the slow progress I do feel we've made, and it hasn't been light switch on, light switch off. Poor team into good team, and sometimes you have to be mindful of things can only happen as quick as they can happen. You can't force performance, you can't force teamship, you can't force good culture, good standards. It just takes time to unfold, and I truly believe we'll be paid back for lots of the good things we've done. But there's no point me talking about it here. We've got to get out and execute that on a match day. And for me, as I say, second half of the season, 25 games to go, really, really strong competition for places, running right throughout the team. Really looking forward to the second half, and certainly, us establishing our strongest team, and that strong team going on a good run and doing the club proud.
Hopefully starting against Hartlepool this weekend. I mean, they had a decent result last weekend. The matchup there was a bit of a frustrating one. What were you expecting on Saturday?
Really good side, just knocked Blackpool out of the cup, 5-2, 1-2. It's been effective for them, even though they've changed manager from obviously Dave Challoner. They've got a really poor away record. I think they've got the worst or second worst away form in the division. So off the back of really good home form, and we went up there and we're disappointed with not taking anything from the game. Obviously, we lost. It was the last time we had a centre forward of note in that game. When Leon Clark came off 20 odd minutes in, whatever it was, we haven't had a number 9 since. So credit to the boys. We've had Sammy Nick, Luke Thomas, Anthony Evans, Aaron Collins playing through the middle in the 9. And no disrespect to them boys, but when you see Ryan Loft and Leon Clark back on the grass this week, you see the reasons why you pay what you pay, and you hang your hat on that kind of focal point to your attack. And they've really given us a different dimension in our prep this weekend, and I'm hoping that continues into the game Saturday and obviously into the second half of the season. So yeah, look, we've got work to do, but we've got lots of the right components here, and it's just a case of getting into the games program now and kicking on.